Samsy, story time with Dora. Around the world in 80 days. Part 14 for us. What are we doing, Samsy? Well, we're getting ready to leave this here coral pink sand dunes, and we're going to head up through Kanab. And that's the beautiful part of that little scooty is, it's so easy to load up. And off we get going. It's a sunrise drive. Beautiful little drive. Now this story, around the world in 80 days. The boys had just paid a big old hefty bail, and they were skipping town because they had things to do. And the detective Fix had gotten on the Rangoon, the boat, in Calcutta, and was still after him, and he had not been seen yet by Passepartout, but he was going to have to figure something out, because he was going to have to renew his acquaintance, as they say. Okay, so here we go. We'll pick it up here where the detective Fix is trying to figure out what he's going to do next. He just got on the boat and was kind of hiding. All right, so let's drive. Let's take a peek. Oh yeah, it's just your standard drive. No, we did this one a half a dozen times already now. Just leaving the park there, and oh boy, it sure is a beautiful sunrise. Beautiful sunrise. Okay. All the detective's hopes and wishes were now centered on Hong Kong, for the steamer's stay at Singapore would be too brief to enable him to take any steps there. The arrest must be made at Hong Kong, or the robber would probably escape him forever. Hong Kong was the last English ground on which he would set foot. Beyond, China, Japan, America offered to Fogg an almost certain refuge. If the warrant should at last make its appearance at Hong Kong, Fix could arrest him and give him into the hands of the local police. There would be no further trouble. But beyond Hong Kong, a simple warrant would be of no avail. An extradition warrant would be necessary, and that would result in delays and obstacles, of which the rascal would take advantage to elude justice. All right, let's take a peek at this road. Oh, yeah. And I always wondered about this road. Is it big enough? Is it big enough? And, I knew that the state park over there was going to have some big toy haulers and stuff roll in there. And I was hoping it was going to be in just a little bit better condition than this road is. And this is the good direction. So, I mean, it's there. It's totally doable, totally serviceable. It's just small and beat up and could really stand to be in better shape. As almost all the roads in America. Yeah, we need a resurgence. That's right. We need to get everybody building roads and bridges and all of that business. All right. Yeah, most of our bridges, I think, are, there's a level of defects. Level 3. What's the worst? 4? Oh. Anyway, okay. Hong Kong. Yeah, extradition warrant. Rascal would take advantage to elude justice. Fix thought over these possibilities during the long hours which he spent in his cabin, and kept repeating to himself, now, either the warrant will be at Hong Kong, in which case I shall arrest my man, or it will not be there. And this time it is absolutely necessary that I should delay his departure. I have failed at Bombay, and I have failed at Calcutta. If I fail at Hong Kong, my reputation is lost. Cost what it may, I must succeed. But how shall I prevent his departure? if that should turn out to be my last resource. Fix made up his mind that, if worst came to worst, he would make a confidant of Passepartout and tell him what kind of a fellow his master really was. That Passepartout was not Fogg's accomplice, he was very certain. The servant, enlightened by his disclosure and afraid of being himself implicated in the crime, would doubtless become an ally of the detective. But this method was a dangerous one, only to be employed when everything else has failed. A word from Passepartout to his master would ruin all. The detective was, therefore, in a sore strait. But suddenly a new idea struck him. The presence of Aouda on the Rangoon, in company with Phileas Fogg, gave him new material for reflection. Okay, reflection. Let's take a look in. Oh, yeah, the morning sunrise, the sunsets, everybody, sunsets. But these sunrises have become quite remarkable. And if you get them just at the right time, in the right spot, oh boy, like we'll swing around here and you'll see all that sage in the desert. Well, desert. I guess we can call it desert. High desert, whatever. Low desert. See you later, desert. Kind of thing. But oh boy, it just glows, as it were. Okay. Fogg gave him new material for reflection. Who was this woman? What combination of events had made her Fogg's traveling companion? They had evidently met somewhere between Bombay and Calcutta, but where? Had they met accidentally, or had Fogg gone into the interior purposely in quest of this charming damsel? Fix was fairly puzzled. He asked himself whether there had not been a wicked elopement, and this idea so impressed itself. Wait, hang on a second. Oh, it's a good thing. We'll just take a peek. We're going to jump on the big road here, and we start to roll into Kanab there for the morning sunshine, and the construction workers haven't gotten to it yet. All right, here we go. Let's get back to it here now. So Fix is trying to figure out how the lady works in on it. This idea so impressed itself upon his mind that he determined to make use of the supposed intrigue. Whether the young woman were married or not, he would be able to create such difficulties for Mr. Fogg at Hong Kong that he could not escape by paying any amount of money. But could he even wait till they reached Hong Kong? Fogg had an abominable way of jumping from one boat to another, and before anything could be effected, might get full underway again for Yokohama. Fix decided that he must warn the English authorities and signal the Rangoon before her arrival. This was easy to do, since the steamer stopped at Singapore, whence there is a telegraphic wire to Hong Kong. He finally resolved, moreover, before acting more positively, to question Passepartout. It would not be difficult to make him talk, and, as there was no time to lose, Fix prepared to make himself known. Oh boy, he's going to try to get Passepartout. Well, Passepartout thus far has been, how you say, not so bright. It was now the 30th of October, and on the following day, the Rangoon was due in at Singapore. Fix emerged from his cabin and went on deck. Passepartout was promenading up and down in the forward part of the steamer. The detective rushed forward with every appearance of extreme surprise and exclaimed, "You, here on the Rangoon? What? Monsieur Fix? Are you on board?" returned the really astonished Passepartout, recognizing his crony of the Mongolia. "Why, I left you at Bombay, and here you are, on the way to Hong Kong. Are you going round the world too?" "No, no," replied Fix. "I shall stop at Hong Kong, at least for some days." Said Passepartout, who seemed for an instant perplexed. "But how is it I have not seen you on board since we left Calcutta?" "Oh, a trifle of seasickness. I've been staying in my berth. The Gulf of Bengal does not agree with me as well as the Indian Ocean." "And how is Mr. Fogg?" "As well as and as punctual as ever. Not a day behind time." "But, Monsieur Fix, you don't know that we have a young lady with us." "A young lady?" replied the detective, not seeming to comprehend what was said. Passepartout thereupon recounted Aouda's history. The affair at the Bombay Pagoda, the purchase of the elephant for £2,000. Let's take a look at this drive. Oh, we're still rolling into Kanab. The purchase of the elephant for £2,000. The rescue, the arrest, the sentence of the Calcutta court, and the restoration of Mr. Fogg and himself to liberty on bail. Fix, who was familiar with the last events, seemed to be equally ignorant of all that Passepartout related, and the latter was charmed to find so interested a listener. "But does your master propose to carry this young woman to Europe?" "Not at all. We are simply going to place her under the protection of one of her relatives, a rich merchant at Hong Kong." "Nothing to be done there," said Fix to himself, concealing his disappointment. "A glass of gin, Mr. Passepartout?" "Willingly, Monsieur Fix. We must at least have a friendly glass on board the Rangoon." "Ha ha ha! That's the end of the chapter. Oh boy, oh boy, oh boy." All right, how much time we got left in this thing? A couple of minutes. I think we get just outside of Kanab, and we go in the other direction this time. So we'll go up past the burn area of where it all burned on the Grand Canyon there just recently, and it's pretty severe. But I think the campground may have escaped it. I'm not sure. All right. Let's get a closer look at Chapter 17, and we'll start digging in. Okay, here we go. Chapter 17, showing what happened on the voyage from Singapore to Hong Kong. The detective and Passepartout met often on deck after this interview. Though Fix was reserved, he did not attempt to induce his companion to divulge any more facts concerning Mr. Fogg. He caught a glimpse of that mysterious gentleman once or twice, but Mr. Fogg usually confined himself to the cabin, where he kept Aouda company, or, according to his inveterate habit, took a hand at whist. Passepartout began very seriously to conjecture what strange chance kept Fix still on the route that his master was pursuing. It was really worth considering why this certainly very amiable and complacent person, whom he had first met at Suez, had then encountered on board the Mongolia, who disembarked at Bombay, which he announced at his destination, and now turned up so unexpectedly on the Rangoon, was following Mr. Fogg's tracks step by step. What was Fix's object? Passepartout was ready to wager his Indian shoes, which he religiously preserved, that Fix would also leave Hong Kong at the same time with them, and probably on the same steamer. Passepartout might have cudgeled his brain for a century without hitting upon the real object which the detective had in view. He never could have imagined that Phileas Fogg was being tracked as a robber round the globe, but as it is in human nature to attempt the solution of every mystery, Passepartout suddenly discovered an explanation of Fix's movements, which was in truth far from unreasonable. Oh boy, Passepartout. Okay, far from unreasonable. Fix, he thought, could only be an agent of Mr. Fogg's friends at the Reform Club, sent to follow him up and to ascertain whether he really went around the world as he had been agreed upon. Well, that's a good thought. It's clear, repeated the worthy servant to himself, proud of his shrewdness. He's a spy sent to keep us in view. This isn't quite the thing, either, to be spying Mr. Fogg, who is so honorable a man. Ah, gentlemen of the Reform, this shall cost you dear. Passepartout, enchanted with his discovery, resolved to say nothing to his master, lest he should be justly offended at this mistrust on the part of his adversaries. But he determined to chaff Fix when he had the chance with mysterious allusions, which, however, need not betray his real suspicions. So what's he going to do? During the afternoon of Wednesday, the 30th of October, the Rangoon entered the Strait of Malacca, which separates the peninsula of that name from Sumatra. Malacca? Oh, okay. Oh boy. Where are we at on this bloody drive? Let's take a peeky-boo here. Oh yeah, and yeah, we went through the farming area there. You saw all the agriculture. It's like some kind of a hidden, dark little underbelly of Arizona's corner up there. This is an infamous area up here, the Colorado City, that kind of thing. Arizona, Colorado, it's very, very, very desolate up there. Not a whole lot of attention gets paid up there. Not betrayed his real suspicions. Okay, during the Penton and that name, Sumatra. The mountainous and craggy islets intercepted the beauties of this noble island from the view of the travelers. The Rangoon weighed anchor at Singapore the next day at 4 a.m. to receive coal, having gained half a day on the prescribed time of her arrival. Phileas Fogg noted this gain in his journal, and then, accompanied by Aouda, who betrayed a desire for a walk on shore, disembarked. Okay, let's see if we can find a pencil. We'll put a mark on it right here, because that's all we got for today. Thank you so much for coming along, guys. And we're going to get a little further down the road. I still got to working on that bug video. All right, so we'll just do this here other thing, and then we'll turn it over to Rosie. Sam C. And now Rosie. Okay, girl. You do your thing. I'm going to have to find a different clip. Everybody's going to get bored of this one, but I don't know how you could, eh? All right.